Hello everybody, semi-retired Bob here. I hope you're having a great day. It's Saturday. My walk's getting off to a late start today because it rained all morning. And of course, today's Saturday. Ohio State football was going on. They played the early game this week. So it's 2-ish in the afternoon here, but I still wanted to get out and get this walk in. So today we're going to talk about the labs that I got back. I'm going to start with the bad that isn't really that bad when you take it in context. My cholesterol numbers were a little messed up, but they were less messed up than they were when I got checked 4 months ago. My triglycerides are still high, but they were really high. When I got them checked before, my triglycerides were just shy of 500, which is, of course, awful. But they came down to right at about 200. I can't remember the number. It was like 202 or something like that. But so they're moving in the right direction. And just like with my joints and my back and everything else, I can't really expect basically 60 years of bad living to all be corrected in 3 or 4 months. It's just not going to happen. My HDL is still a little low. It came up a few points, so it was 38 and it's supposed to be above 40. So, it's still a little low, but it was 27, so it came up. So those were the two red numbers on my triglyceride panel. My LDL was still right in range, what they consider in range. I actually wouldn't mind seeing it go up a little more because LDL is, as I'm learning and more research is coming out, LDL is much more important than they thought. And all these drugs that are lowering it, I think, just my opinion, not medical advice or any kind of medical analysis, just my opinion, I think within the next 10 years, we're going to find out that lowering LDL was a horrible idea. So, but that's the bad. Now for the good news. Most of you, if you were reading the comments I put up on my video yesterday, know that my A1C, which when I was first diagnosed with diabetes was 10.3, and then over the course of about a decade it averaged between 7.4 to 7.9, which my doctor called still high, but controlled is the word he used. Yeah, controlled at a really bad level. But anyway, my A1C came back at 4.8, which, if anybody knows anything about A1C, 4.0 is an extremely good number. So I'm very, very pleased about that. My doctor actually called me to tell me that information yesterday as the labs were starting to come back in. Normally he communicates with me via email, or they have a thing called they have a portal. It's basically their communication system where the doctor puts messages in with my name on them, and I get a message that I have a message waiting there, and I go check it. But 4.8 is such a phenomenal number. He actually called me yesterday, which made me feel pretty good. Okay, now I'm all the way down to this next corner, so I've gone about another half a block beyond what I did yesterday. Oh, a couple more extensions here, and I'll be able to go on down and around the block and actually circle the block, but I don't think I'm quite ready to do that yet. So let's start this long uphill trudge back to the house. So I've given you the partially bad news and the good news. Now for the great news. What prompted this retest of my labs was last time out I was showing really bad liver markers. We assume I had, some pretty bad fatty liver disease going on, because my liver markers were way out of whack. I don't remember. There's two of them, and one of them was about 30 points out, and the other one was about 200 points out. It was really, really bad. But rather than doing anything about it then, I talked to my doctor and said, well, I just started this new diet a week ago. It's supposed to be very good for the liver, so let's give it a chance to work. And he said, okay, we'll retest in 3 months. And my liver numbers prior to all that, I went back and looked at the 5-year average, and my liver markers were running just below the red line, which is like 40 on one and 50 on the other. So, I was running 13, 15, 30, 35. So I was just below the red line for all of those until this last one, that both of them went way over the red line mark. Both of my liver markers this time came back with a score of 7, which is better than they've been in 5 years, which is extremely good news. So, to recap what my labs say, my cholesterol is still a little bit messed up, but it's moving hugely in the right direction. And my fatty liver disease is cured. It's gone. My diabetes is cured. It's gone. Now, I'm assuming that I'm still going to be susceptible to sugar, and I'm going to have to be careful with that. And of course, I have no intention of going back to eating the way I did before. In fact, I'm not even going to stop doing complete carnivore diet. I'm not even going to consider adding anything back until I get to, there's my state trooper neighbor. Until I get back to my goal weight, which is still another 50 pounds or so. And then I might try adding a few veg in, but probably not. We'll just have to see how that goes. But the other big thing, now that I've dropped the last of my diabetes medicines, back when I started this, I was taking 13 drugs in the morning and 9 more at night. And now I'm down to 3 in the morning and 2 at night, which is a really big step forward. So, once again, to recap, my cholesterol is still out of whack, but not terrible. My diabetes is gone. My fatty liver disease is gone. My gout is under control. My joints are getting better because I just walked a really long way, and I'm taking a lot less drugs. So overall, I'd say it's a win. Oh, I must have walked that really fast. I'm a little out of breath. But that's what I've got for you today. I hope y'all are having a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.